You know those moments of massive internal shift we all go through? Well, what if there was a kind of roadmap for that journey? We're going to talk about a kind of personal alchemy, a process for turning that lead of confusion into the gold of, well, clarity.
And that's exactly where it starts, right? This whole journey kicks off with that feeling of being completely and totally overwhelmed. You're stuck in the woods and you have no idea which way is up.
Exactly. And the really cool thing is, this journey can actually be mapped out. We're looking at a framework here that's inspired by the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck, and it breaks down this whole transformation into three really distinct stages.
And that first stage, it's all about embracing that feeling of being lost. It starts right there, in the thick of it, in what alchemy calls the fertile ground of chaos. So the actual alchemical term for this is massa confusa, which literally means confused mass. I mean, is there a more perfect name for that raw, tangled up feeling of chaos? I don't think so. This is the prima materia, the raw starting material for everything else. It's that unformed mess you feel when your life is either falling apart or just feels completely stuck. It's absolutely the essential first step.
And here's the crucial part. This messy, chaotic state isn't something to fear or just rush through. It is the necessary breakdown that makes way for a breakthrough. The old stuff has to dissolve before you can even think about creating something new.
But you can't stand that chaos forever, obviously. The next stage is all about finding a way out. It's where you totally shift your perspective and get what they call a view from the stars.
And this stage is called the Azure Vault. Just the name itself signals a massive shift, right? You're moving from that tangled, dark place into something clear and expansive.
Oh, it's like taking a deep breath after holding it for way too long. The Azure Vault is all about stepping back from the emotional reaction to the chaos and finding a cool, clear mental space to just observe what's actually happening.
And this comparison just lays it all out. You go from reacting emotionally while you're stuck in the mud to observing things mentally from this higher perspective, literally looking down from the stars. It's the move from being in the problem to looking at the problem. Right, but clarity by itself doesn't change a thing. It just shows you the map. The real work, the heavy lifting, happens in stage 3, the work against nature. Contra Naturum. It sounds kind of ominous, doesn't it? Like you're supposed to do something that's unnatural or just plain wrong.
It does, but in alchemy, it's about the great work. See, the idea is that nature, if you just leave it alone, it just repeats the same old cycles. Your nature is your default setting, so to go contra naturum is to consciously step in and choose a different path. So if your default setting, your nature, is to bolt when things get tough, the work is to stay put. If your nature is to overthink everything until you're paralyzed, the work is to take that leap of faith. It's all about a conscious act of will.
Exactly. So when you put it all together, the arc of this journey is incredibly clear. You start by acknowledging the breakdown in the chaos, then you gain that perspective, that clarity in the vault. And finally, you actually transform your life by making a conscious choice to act against your own ingrained instincts. It's such a powerful reframe. You stop being a victim of your circumstances or even your own programming, and you step into the role of the creator, the alchemist who is actively, consciously shaping their own reality. So the question this leaves all of us with is a really personal one. When you think about this whole process, what is the one habit, that one instinctive reaction or default setting in your own life that you need to consciously act against to create real change?